shit off.
Low tape?
Yeah.
Cut all this shit off? Wavelength?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Big chop, big chop.
Yeah.
What's good, YouTube? It's Brendan the Barber coming at y'all with another transformation. And as y'all can see, my boy said he want to cut it all off. So that's what we're gonna do. So y'all stay tuned to the end so you can see this crazy transformation. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take these shears and I'm gonna just start off by cutting all these dreads off. That way I can cut his hair to the appropriate length. If we was to just take the clippers and try to cut straight through his hair, it wouldn't work. The clippers would get stuck. So that's why we're doing this. So if y'all ever cut somebody with dreads, just make sure that you always cut the dreads first before trying to cut with the clippers. So now what I'm doing is I'm taking my magic clips and I'm just freehand trimming around the whole head. The reason I'm doing this is because when I take the clippers and cut his hair to the length that he wants it just make the clippers glide straight through his hair like butter. And whenever you're doing a freehand trim, you always want to make sure you keep your hand steady. That way you don't take the hair too low and cut a bald spot or something in your client. You never want to patch them. So now I got my Babyliss boost clippers and I'm cutting straight through his hair with a 1.5 guard, making sure that I get everything to the same length. And when I'm doing this, you'll see me doing several passes over the same spot and using that comb, and that's just making sure that I lift the hair off the scalp and cut it again to make sure everything is even. Y'all stay tuned to the end of this video for this transformation. I promise y'all this one finna go crazy. So now I'm just taking my OG Walker Red Alert foam and I'm applying it all around my client's head. Look y'all, I highly recommend this product. It's great for wavers or just laying that hair down after you cut it down. So I'm gonna leave a link in the description. Y'all go grab it, check it out, and let me know what y'all think. So now I'm just taking this wave brush and I'm brushing this product into my client's hair, making sure that I got a good lather going with the growth pattern of his hair. And you wanna do several passes around his head with that brush, making sure that the product gets all the way in his hair so it can do exactly what it needs to do. So now I'm gonna throw this wave cap on my client's head. Then I'm gonna take my blow dryer and blow dry for about 4 to 5 minutes on medium-high heat. And this step of the process is what locks that product in and makes it lay all the way down. So starting off with this back taper, we're going to take our Babyliss trimmers and make our initial guideline. When you're doing these guidelines, they don't have to be perfect, just make sure they are even and clean. So now we're taking our Babyliss boosted clippers with no guard, all the way open, going about a finger width up, creating that first guideline. Now we're closing the clipper halfway, then all the way, trying to take that bottom line out. Make sure you're always using the corner of your blades when you're doing these fades. Now we're going to take that one guard all the way open, going by the finger widths up, creating that second guideline. And you'll see me cutting his hair at different angles with the clippers, and that's only because his hair grows in different patterns. Now we're going to slap this half guard on this clipper, going about halfway up into this panel that we created with the one guard closed. And as y'all can see, I'm staying consistent with the corner of the blade. Now I got my clipper all the way closed, and we just gonna be bumping out this line that we created with the one guard closed. And we also gonna be playing with that lever, hitting any dark spots that we see in the fade. And we doing that because we don't want no dark spots or inconsistencies in this haircut. Now I got my 1.5 guard halfway open, hitting this dark area that you see at the top of the blend, and I'm using the corner of the blade. That way we don't create another line and take this fade too high. Now I got my clippers closed up, still using the corner of that blade, and y'all, this step is what's gonna help you see that transition or the illusion in the fade. Now I got my one guard on my clipper all the way open, basically just going in here, hitting any dark spots that I see to make this blend come all the way together. Like I said though, just stay consistent with the corner of that blade. Look y'all, everybody got their own fading techniques. Me, this has worked best for me. I've tried plenty of different things, but you know, this is what I'm comfortable with, so maybe y'all should try this out and let me know what y'all think. Now I'm just going back in with my 1.5 guard closed, just adding in some detail, making sure I knock any of those little dark areas out. So we're gonna get started on this low taper on the side of my client's head. So we're gonna create that guideline right below where his ear connects to his head. Then we're gonna take our Babyliss clippers with no guard open, and we're gonna create this first guideline, keeping a rounded shape, but we don't want to take it too high. And you guys always want to make sure that you are being neat with your guidelines, because then your fade always come out very clean. Now I got my clippers halfway open. You see that I'm stretching the skin. I'm going about halfway up into this panel that we created. Then we're gonna close the clipper up, trying to take that line out at the very bottom of this taper. And make sure you always brushing down after you fade, just so you can always have a clean canvas to work with. So now what I'm doing is I'm taking this one guard all the way closed, and I'm creating this second guideline. And you always want to use the corner of that clipper when you're doing this step, just so you can keep that curve shape. When you're doing a fade, you know what I'm saying, you always want to be consistent with those panels that you creating and making sure they're the same shape. It just always works for me to do it like that, and my fades always come out clean how I want them to. So right here, I'm taking my half guard halfway open, and I'm going about halfway up into this panel. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna close that lever up, and we're gonna come in and we're gonna hit that bottom line, take out that darkness you see. And essentially guys, this is the same exact steps on every side of the taper, even the back. I do the same steps, and no, I do not do every haircut the same. Maybe some haircuts will be different. You know, you got to switch it up sometimes. Just stick to your system and stick to what you know, but always try new stuff. Like I always get on Instagram or TikTok or YouTube, and I just watch other barbers. That way I can learn their systems and what they do, and I can take it and I can put my own twist to it. So right there, I was just using my 1.5 guard, blending out that darkness from the top, and you see it came together pretty nice. Now I got my one guard on my clipper all the way open. You see I'm going with the grain, just hitting dark areas I see. Now I'm gonna flip my clipper all the way over, and I'm gonna go against the grain with the corner of that blade, just hitting any dark spots I see in the top of this blend to make it come together pretty nice. And on this side of the head, we're essentially gonna be doing the same exact thing that we did to the other side. And with that being said, I just want to say, if you're still here watching this video, I appreciate you. Hit that like button, comment, subscribe, turn on that notification bell, because we're gonna be dropping some bangers every single week. So you know what I'm saying, y'all tap in with me. If you need any questions, if you got any questions, anything, just text me on Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, anything. I'm gonna link all my links in the description so y'all get at me. And with that being said, I'm gonna go in here with my OG Walker glass. This product is amazing. I'll link it in my description. So then I'm gonna hit it with the blow dryer. Now I'm starting out this lineup in the middle, working my way to the corners, keeping everything as natural as possible, making sure I get my client extra crispy. And if you don't know, the lineup is the most important part of the haircut. It's what makes or break the haircut. You know what I'm saying? You could give your client a great fade, but if you don't get his line right and you mess it up, he might not never come back to you. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? You gotta take these lineups very serious and make sure you get your clients real crispy. So with that being said, I just hit his vertical bars, and now I'm hitting them C cups, making sure that I keep everything as natural as possible. Starting off that C cup at the bottom of his vertical bars. Then I make a point at the bottom of the taper, and I just connect it all together. And when you're doing this step, make sure you're only using the corner of that blade. You don't want to use that full blade, just focus on the corner of that blade, so that way you know exactly what you're doing. You don't cut too much hair. And so now I'm gonna go in with my Tune 45 no drip, just add some color, add some enhancements to make this line pop, make it look real good. And you can see my client was already crispy before I added the enhancements. He did not need this. This is just an added service that puts more money in my pocket and gets more clients in my chair. You know what I'm saying? People see me doing this, and this is why some people come to me, because they say, B, I want that crispy line like you gave so-and-so. Okay, so come on, I'm gonna get you right. So now I'm going in here with my Tune 45 nude color pencil, and I'm just tracing this line, making sure that I keep everything even, making sure I don't put it on too dark. And so now we're gonna take the trimmers, and basically we just gonna try to hit this line, you know what I'm saying, ash it up a little bit, fade it out a little bit, and we not tapping the line, we just like gliding the clippers against the line a little bit. So now I'm gonna take my straight razor, angling at a 45-degree angle, and I'm stretching that skin back, and this step is necessary. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna fade that pencil out, and it's also gonna get them hairs that the trimmer can't get, just so we can solidify this line and make it last a little longer. As y'all can see, my client is very relaxed. He got his eyes closed, he chilling. You know, when you're doing this step, when you lean your client back in this chair, you always want to ask them if they comfortable. If it's not comfortable for them, just adjust it, that way they can relax. You know what I'm saying? This is the type of stuff we do as barbers. We got to cater to our clients. This is what keeps them coming back. You just got to show a certain level of professionalism and expectations, you know, because people value that as customers. So right now what I'm doing is I'm just lining up this nape area, getting this neckline right, going around the curve with this corner of this blade, making sure that everything is sharp, making sure that everything is consistent, hitting the hair on his neck, going back over it multiple times just to solidify this line. And we're gonna be doing the same exact thing over here. And you see I got the hitters, you know what I'm saying? These trimmers are very sharp, so I want to just tap it. I don't want to dig into my client's skin. I don't want to cut them up. Like I said though, just making sure everything is consistent, going over this multiple times, making sure that everything looks good to me. So now I'm going in here with my trimmers, lining up this mustache, and basically this is the easy part. It ain't nothing too major about it. All you gotta do is do it exactly how they want it. Just line that bottom up, and now I'm positioning my hand against his face, lining that top up, making sure that I don't make it too skinny. I'm just going over it multiple times just because I'm trying to hit any of them little hairs that could be like flyaways just coming off the top of that mustache or the bottom of that mustache. Now I'm gonna just line this goatee up, nothing too major, just trying to make it a little even on both sides, clean it up a little bit. Then I'm gonna go under it, making sure that I hit those hairs, get that hair off his neck, get it right. Also just adding a little shape just to make it pop. Alright, so this might be my favorite part of the whole entire cut, you know, because I'm just in my mode. I got my clippers all the way closed. I'm taking them, I'm gliding across his head, hitting them little flyaways. As you can see, I got my man's right. This transformation was crazy. I ain't get the full 360 of the cut, but as you can tell, my boy was looking rough. He ain't had a cut in a minute, and he wanted to cut it all off. So y'all know what we had to do. We had to go and get him right. Man, I'm speechless. I don't even know what to say. Man, I know I had my boy feeling right. You should have seen him after his cut. He was smiling. He couldn't stop smiling. My boy was happy. He had to cut it off. You know what I'm saying? You see him keep looking in the mirror, man. Hey, I appreciate anybody who tapped in, who watched this whole video. You know what I'm saying? We locked in. Click my link in the description. You can follow my social medias. Like this video. Share. Subscribe. Comment. Turn that notification bell on so you can be notified when I drop some bangers. Let's go.